please, I tell you, one-on-one. If you are a talker, stop on in and have a chat with Greg Walker. One-on-one. Let me tell you, brother, there's been imitators, but there'll never be another.
Oh. Hello, welcome to One-on-One. I'm your host, Greg Walker. Got a great guest joining us today. Good man, he's a good friend. We've got a lot of things in common. We love sports together. We love music. I've known him a long time. And I'm sure a lot of you folks know him as well. He's retired now, but he was retired as the Director of Parks and Recreation for the city of Clarksville. Charles Elliott joins us. Charles is a good man, and I think you're going to enjoy getting to know him much better. Settle back, relax, enjoy a fun, down-to-earth conversation with an old friend. Charles Elliott's in the house. He'll join us right after these words.
The model year-end sales event continues at Matthews Nissan, Clarksville's favorite new car dealer. Save big on 400 new. We're making room for 2017s. $8,188 off a new Altima. $6,388 off a new Rogue. $7,888 off a new Maxima. Buy a new Versa, $9,999. You're going to love our prices.
I'm Gary Matthews, and that's my guarantee.
You're gonna love our prices. Matthews Nissan.
The Leaf Chronicle is now available on every device you carry or don't carry. All things Clarksville in all media 24/7. Subscribe now for full access.
The holiday season is a time of celebration and reflection. This year, our family at Neil Tarpley Parchman encourages your family to celebrate the lives and memories of those who are no longer with us.
From our family to your family, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a very prosperous New Year.
From our family to yours, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
From the Neil Tarpley Parchman family to your family, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Welcome to our show today. Charles Elliott joins us. He's in the house. Great to have you, Charles.
Hello, Greg. How you doing?
Good to see you again.
Good to be here.
You know, Facebook, we get to keep up with each other now. Though Facebook has been for what I use it for, it's a real blessing.
Right, it is.
You know, I've got to keep up with people that I hadn't seen in 40 years.
I have to.
Isn't that nice? Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, they can make a lot of bad out of it, what they want. It's a lot of bull on there.
Well, you go right on by it.
That's exactly what you do. That's what you go by.
Yeah.
Now, you and I, we pass along some great music to each other, don't we? Huh?
Yes, we do.
Boy, we love it.
Good music. Mm-hmm.
How's it feel? How many years you been retired now?
I retired in 2008.
2008. Mm-hmm. Have you enjoyed it?
I have for a while, but I'm getting bored now.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm getting the itch to do something. I've got to do something.
Now, are you a born and raised Clarksvillian?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You went to Burt High?
Went to Burt.
Played ball on the basketball team?
Sure did.
Graduated in 65, is that what?
65.
Mm-hmm. 65. Mm-hmm. Was he the coach then?
He was. He came in my senior year.
Right after Whitney?
Right. Mm-hmm. Whitney left in 64.
You know, I had Coach Whitney on this show.
I remember. I saw it. I saw the shows, yeah.
You know, boy, I enjoyed it. You can't believe it. We talked before the shows, after. What a wealth of knowledge.
Oh, yes. You know, I was blessed to have played for two of the most, I thought, honorable coaches in the country.
Honorable?
Coach Whitney and Coach Ben Jobe, who was my college coach.
Right.
You know.
Is that Alabama A&M?
He went to, he was at Alabama A&M, Alabama State. He ended up at Southern. That's where he retired from.
Ben Jobe, that name, that's synonymous with
Yes. And
how many wins? He ended up with a phenomenal number of wins, didn't he?
He did. He also, one of his Southern teams defeated Georgia Tech by the Kremlins, you know. And he had nothing but praise for his team. Of course, Job is now at 84, 85 years old. He's a talent scout for the New York Knicks. Travels all over the world.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
We're in contact often.
Are you?
Yeah, we're very close.
Well, that's great. You still have you still get that knowledge from him.
Oh, yes.
Is he still coach to you?
He does a lot of clinics.
Yeah, but is he still coach to you?
Oh, yes.
Always be coach.
Oh, always will be, yes. I tell you, I love that man dearly.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell. What were your years like growing up in Clarksville, Charles?
I went to elementary school here. I went to high school here. Of course, there was some places at a younger age, before high school age, that couldn't go to. Segregation was still in at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I just basically got along with anybody I ran
always
across.
Did.
Yeah. And
I think Wilma Rudolph had a lot to do with our community coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you?
I can remember when she came home.
So can I.
The incident that she had down at Shoney's. And also, they wanted to do separate parades, for her, and she wasn't hearing it.
That's right.
Yeah, so I think she did have a lot to do with that.
She was a special lady. I had her on Sports Talk twice. I wish I'd had my TV show when she was living. She was a lovely woman.
Yes, she was.
I mean, she really was.
I knew her very well.
I guarantee you did. Now, you came along after that great Burt team. A lot of folks don't know, in 1961, Burt High School won the national title, high school national title. Now, it was black national title, but it wouldn't have mattered. The black winner would have won any of it anyway. Truth is true.
True.
And that was a team with Lester Barker and Elliott and Boney Gray and Bubba Roach.
Charles Gray.
That
was there was Renell Brown, the Hughes twins, Leroy Brown. I was on the junior varsity.
You were on the JV. So you got to play against those guys.
They beat us to death in practices. Yeah, I used to tease them that they wouldn't have been as good if it wasn't for the junior varsity, because we gave them some fights in practice, But
who all did y'all have, Charles?
Euless Pettis.
Yeah.
If you remember him.
I do.
Lawrence Young, Theodore Hall. We called him the Wiz, with the ball. George Lau, and Robert Dinkins, and of course myself, Jimmy Gold. That was the nucleus of our team.
Right.
We had about 20 guys on the team, but when it came to, the players, it was about 6 or 7, that really played.
Now, the first year that Clarksville and Burt, now see, for you folks that are not from Clarksville originally, it's a lot of you, Burt was the black high school in town, Clarksville High, the white high school, and you had Woodlawn and Montgomery Central out in the county.
Right.
And in 1965, Irving Coleman was the first black to attend Clarksville High. I know these things because I was going to school there then. And but anyway, and Burt and Clarksville played in '67. That was the first time they played at Austin Peay, Little Red Barn. Had to shut the doors. The doors were locked before the B team game. Wouldn't lock them today, but had to lock them because. You remember that atmosphere?
I was in college at the time, but I was home at the time of that game. I was there.
I was also.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yes, it was.
As a matter of fact, I consider it, and I'm including Fly Williams and all of it, that's the most awesome event. This whole area, you can't believe unless you live through it.
Right.
Can you? I mean, it was.
That's true.
It was a coming together, man. Here's Clarksville High and Burt finally. Now, did y'all scrimmage? Because Ben Finley and Clarksville High during when they had, of course, they had Poland and Head and Bobby Wallace, the two Smithos, and that team. and then they had Dark and Darnell
Right.
and Patterson and
Right.
and you know that team afterwards, Fred Getz and those guys. Did y'all scrimmage them ever, even though they wouldn't let you play during the regular season?
Right. My junior year, still Coach Whitney was here. We scrimmaged them.
Your junior
over at the old Clarksville High Gym. Yes, and I think they were rated in the state at the time.
Well, they were number one.
Yeah, but we beat them.
Yeah.
quite a bit by a bit of points.
Yeah, I heard y'all whipped up on them pretty good.
We did. Charlie Patterson still teases me about that.
Does he?
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he'll see me, he'll say, "There he is," you know. And, why did y'all beat us so bad, you know, and things like that. But it was all in fun too.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna guarantee you, played on Sundays and Saturdays, and a lot of pickup games and just, you know, we were fortunate. We didn't the traumatic times that our country had in the '60s during that period of integration. I don't think we suffered that here in town as bad at all.
No.
I really don't. I think
Brett Gym was always open. And Clarksville High players came and other guys came.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, we had the best games, you know, pickup games and so on.
In town.
In town, yeah.
No question about it.
And there wasn't any problem with that, you know.
You know.
We just had, it developed us, you know, because we got to play somebody other than ourselves, you know, a lot. And I never remember a fight or argument or anything.
Now, did you get a scholarship to go to Alabama A&M after high school? Or was it Alabama State?
I went to Talladega College.
Talladega is where you went. How did I get Alabama? Did you coach there or something at one time?
No, but Alabama A&M, I had probably my best games against them. They were a larger school in Talladega, you know. I know my sophomore year, Coach Job's last year with us, he left and went to Alabama State. But I know at home I scored, and not bragging, I scored.
You're not that type.
No, 44 points against A&M, and up at their gym I broke a record. I scored 51.
Woo!
I did. So that has always stood out, you know, because when we would play the larger schools like Alabama State, A&M, Mississippi Valley, you know, we beat them a lot of the times. And Talladega was a very small school. We had 600 students.
Is that it?
It's 600 and
a lot of them were female.
Mostly female. I think the ratio was like 12-1.
Well, weren't you a cat daddy?
Oh, Kevin.
Charles Elliott's our guest. We'll be back segment 2 right after this.
Yeah.
Mercy.
The Leaf Chronicle is now available on every device you carry or don't carry. All things Clarksville in all media 24/7. Subscribe now for full access.
Charles Elliott visiting with us today, former Director of Parks and Recreation here in Clarksville and longtime friend. Byrd High School, we was just talking about, you went to Talladega. They didn't give athletic scholarships. I didn't realize that. You got academic.
Yes, I did.
You know. So did you go all 4 years there?
I did.
Graduated from Talladega. What'd you do after that, Charles?
I came home and I taught at Greenwood Junior High for a year, and then I moved up to Cobb School. And I was there until the year that they closed. I think it was 73. And at that time, President Long, who was the president of Talladega College, called and asked if I was interested in coming back down there. And when I went down, I went as an assistant coach, and of course, a school like that, you work 4 or 5 jobs.
Sure.
So I was admissions counselor and, worked in...
Jack of all trades.
I don't know if it was a jack or not, but I worked for a small salary, but I stayed down there from 74 until 80 when I came back home. So that's the only time that I'd been away from Clarksville was during my time down there.
Did you get Tyrone Ewing to go down there?
I did. Tyrone, Charles Dean, Jose McLean, from Clarksville.
From Clarksville.
Kevin Lawrence went, but Kevin got homesick, and he didn't. He was the only one that didn't stay.
Really? Kevin Lawrence, who played baseball with my brother.
Right. Yeah, he was a good baseball player.
Oh, they hit back-to-back homers to beat the National League. I never will forget it.
Yeah. Tyrone played for you.
They were just 11. Tyrone played. Tyrone pitched for me on the 13-year-old Babe Ruth team that won the Southeast.
Right.
Tyrone Ewing's one of the great athletes that I ever had the privilege of coaching.
One of mine, too.
And matter of fact, I'll tell you something else. He's one of my favorites that I ever had the privilege of coaching.
Well, mine, too. He's like a son to me. Yeah, he is.
He would... he never did anything I asked. I mean, if I asked him to do it, he did it.
He had a lot of heart. Little fella with a lot of heart. He did.
Competitor.
Tyrone recently retired.
Really?
He was up in Detroit. And he was an engineer for General Motors.
He was.
So I think it's been just a few months ago that he retired.
So you stay in contact?
Oh, yes. I stay in contact with most of my players that I can keep up with.
Well, that's great. When did you start keeping the Bert Cobb Center? You did that for how many years?
24 for it.
And you were Parks and Recreation Director for how long?
Only 3.
Only 3.
I had some issues, health issues, and I went on and just got out of it.
Retired. 28 years. So that's enough.
Yeah, that was enough. And had a little bout with prostate cancer, of course, had a little light stroke. And,
bless your heart. I didn't know all that.
I'm healthy.
Hey, you're in good shape.
Yeah, I did. So,
would you say you are 92? No, I'm kidding. Asked him how old he was. He told me 23. I said, don't tell me how old you feel.
That's right. Yeah,
you do look in good shape,
yeah,
man. You really do.
Thank you. But it was time to get out. And like I said, that was 2008.
Bert Cobb Center, man, you welcomed them all, didn't you?
I did.
I mean, you really did. You were great. I don't know anybody that doesn't think the world of you, Charles.
Well, thank you for that.
You're a good man.
Yeah.
I mean, I say that from my heart. You're a really good man.
I appreciate that.
And you even coached AAU ball, didn't you?
I did for about 3 years. Howard Jackson and I started off.
You did?
Coaching together. And
Howard's down in Atlanta now.
He's in Atlanta, and when he left, I started myself, and for about 2 years. But it got so complicated. There were so many AAU teams that started coming up that it was hard to get sponsors, and I didn't like having to get kids to ask their parents for money. AAU is expensive.
It sure is.
And
you do that kind of traveling to play ball.
Yeah. And that got to be. But I was very fortunate. I got to coach, like I said, Tim Cross, who we talked about.
Now, Tim Cross, Top Cat, a man that played with boys. That's about all I can tell you. He was a pro.
Willie Brown was another one.
Willie Brown.
Another man.
Gosh.
Yeah.
What a beauty. I mean, sky's the limit to his ability, wasn't it?
You're right, yeah.
Sky was the limit.
Yeah.
How many of those have we seen, though? Think about it. We have had in Clarksville, and don't you hate to see them go through the cracks?
Oh, yes, I do.
It's awful.
Up at Bert Cobb, I can recall some days that we would just sit there and watch the guys play full court.
Yeah.
And I know that we could have put a team together. These kids were high school age.
Yeah.
They could have beat any team around here.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they were just that talented.
I have no doubt about that.
Yeah. I also had the pleasure to coach Marcus Mabin and Sean Marion AAU.
Good.
So, yeah. So
you never got Trenton on that team.
I couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't pull Trenton. No, Trenton was the king of Crow Center. I couldn't get him up to Bert Cobb.
That's right. He was a Crow Center guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Mm-hmm.
Somebody told me that Sean Marion, when he graduated, of course, him and Trenton played together.
Right.
He went to Vincennes.
Right.
And then went to UNLV. But, you know, I never remember a game that Austin Peay played at home that he wasn't there when he was in high school. I actually heard he wanted to come to Austin Peay.
Well, in a conversation with him, he did. I don't understand why.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know either. It could have been grades.
Maybe.
I don't know, because he had to go to Vincennes, of course. But that was a turning point for his career, going to Vincennes, you know, because they're one of the most popular junior colleges in basketball.
Sure.
You know, they always have
Heck
powers.
of a program.
Then, of course, going to UNLV, he went to a place that played the style that he likes to play.
Exactly.
You know, yeah, and that helped his career.
Excellent. Boy, I guess he retired now, hadn't he?
He retired, and I'm not sure if he's still in Cleveland or in Miami.
I think he spent 13 years in the pros, 12
about
or
that
13.
long.
But he did well for himself,
He
didn't
did. He did. They call him the guy with the pogo legs, because he could just, you know, continue to jump as the other guys would come down and have to rest and go up. He was still
Jump.
up and down, and that was one of his strong points, you know. Had a crazy shot. That I couldn't get him to change it, but he had a crazy shot. But he made some of them, you know.
He did enough to
He did, yeah.
be the Matrix and be in the pros
Right,
for
yeah.
umpteen years and set for life.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
how many can say that?
Yeah. So,
You know, he's one of the greatest athletes we've ever had come through Montgomery County, isn't he?
You know, when he and Trenton were playing together, a game that I'll never forget, they were playing Northwest.
And that's Mabin.
Marcus Mabin was playing
Talking
on
about
that
three
team.
pros there.
And Marcus went in from the baseline and dunked over Sean, over Trenton. They were trying to defend it. I mean, it was just one of the most awesome sights. I couldn't believe it. Where's the instant replay? I couldn't believe it, you know. Yeah. But
what a beautiful athlete he was.
Marcus would have gone somewhere.
Oh, he's
you
a
know.
pro.
Yeah, easily.
Heck, he's a pro. I mean, went to University of Louisville.
Did well.
And started.
Yeah,
You know,
did
I mean,
very
was
well.
Talented, was good. What's the best advice you've ever received, Charles?
Oh, not to let anyone steal my joy. I'm
Bam. Never heard it. Love it. First time on this show.
Is that right?
Hey, 28 years. Never let anyone steal my joy.
No,
That's a first.
I'm basically the same. Wherever you'll see me, I don't let folk get me down.
You're a good man.
You know,
Well,
yeah,
that's
I don't
the
let 'em get me
attitude
down.
to have.
Yeah.
You know, what characteristic do you admire most in a person?
Oh, of course, and don't laugh. Honesty and loyalty are very important.
Well, sure.
You know, yeah. And friendship, you know, being true to a friend.
Yeah.
I have a friend now that's in the nursing home out at here in Clarksville. We played together. And we've been friends since high school, you know, and he calls me his brother, and I call him my brother. You know, that's Lawrence Young. And,
Y'all love each other.
Yes, and those are the kind of people that I call true friends.
They are. And, you know, they can talk about put them on one hand.
Right.
If you're lucky, you can put them on two hands. You know, but I believe we're luckier than that.
I think so.
I really do.
I think so.
Charles Elliott's our guest. Stretch run right after this.
The model year-end sales event continues at Matthews Nissan, Clarksville's favorite new car dealer. Save big on 400 new. We're making room for 2017s. $8,188 off a new Altima. $6,388 off a new Rogue. $7,888 off a new Maxima. Buy a new Versa, $9,999. You're going to love our prices.
I'm Gary Matthews, and that's my guarantee.
You're gonna love our prices. Matthews Nissan.
holiday season is a time of celebration and reflection. This year, our family at Neil Tarpley Parchman encourages your family to celebrate the lives and memories of those who are no longer with us.
We share with you in celebrating lives well lived.
From our family to yours, we wish you a blessed holiday season.
I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
From my heart to you and your family, just remember your loved one is not forgotten. Have a happy Merry Christmas.
Stretch run. We've only got 3 minutes left with my man Charles Elliott. We was talking about, man, we could do 2 or 3 shows, all the things we can tell. And we got good, aren't we blessed?
We are.
With good memories,
yes,
at least.
Yes, we are.
You know, I can tell you something happened 50 years ago, Charles, and may not be able to tell you what I had for lunch yesterday.
Yeah, I'm like that. Today, not yesterday, today.
I got you. I got music just a minute. Man, do we love music?
Love it.
Goodness. You got great taste in music.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Is it many you put on there that I see that I don't like?
You don't. You normally make a response to them.
If I see them, because I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I don't. You know, I don't. If you only get on there once or sometimes twice, think how much you miss. You know, I can't go through it all.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I never did ask you about your family. You know, and I need to do that. How's the family, and tell everybody about it.
Family's doing fine. I've lost a sister and a brother. And I still have a brother here who's a retired policeman. Of course, he's bedridden from a stroke. And then I have my oldest brother, Joe, who coached basketball also in Indiana. And then I have one sister in Hampton. Both my parents are deceased, of course. I have a wife, Janice. I just got married about 2 years ago.
Really?
Remarried.
Goodness gracious.
So, and we talk about Facebook. We dated in college at Talladega.
No kidding.
And we ran across each other on Facebook.
There you go.
And we started from then.
It's an
one of the
amazing
positives.
thing.
Yeah.
That's another positive for you on Facebook.
And I've run into so many college and high school classmates and friends, you know, on Facebook. I lost track of some I hadn't seen since we graduated from high school or from college.
You know, we're short on time. We got less than a minute. But
okay.
Have you had a proudest moment or most memorable moment in your life?
Oh, I can say my first daughter being born, but I have to say all 3 daughters. I have 3 lovely daughters. And they were just proud memories that I just always cherish those, yes. All right.
Buddy,
I enjoyed it,
fun.
Man. I enjoyed it.
Hey, and got to have you back sometime.
I'll be glad to. I'm retired.
Hey, that makes it nice when I get these retirees.
Yeah.
Charles Elliott's joined us. Hope you've enjoyed the show. For our guests, for yours truly, Greg Walker, until the next time, hope you have a very nice rest of the day, folks.